started the building process, and the first thing we've had to do is create the foundations. So in this foundation I have 12 blocks in total, and each of these blocks are sitting on about a sort of 50 to 60 millimeter layer of coarse river sand. On top of that there is a concrete pad which is 50 mil thick and 600 millimeters by 600 millimeters wide, and then on top of that sits 2 BESA blocks, and this will take basically the foundation of the main building. So it's been a challenge even getting these BESA blocks and all of these foundations in line, because each one of these blocks has to be perfectly straight and in line with everything else, with all the other foundation blocks. So that was quite a challenge to get there, and it meant moving sand and digging it away and making sure that the blocks are completely level, and it's very, very important. This has actually taken quite a number of days. I originally started, in fact, with only 9 blocks, but then just through certain advice and people getting online to tell me that I actually needed more support there, so I've had to re-dig all the holes and put another 3 blocks in place. So I have now 12 blocks in total. Digging out was very, very interesting, because what used to be here is quite a large rhododendron tree, and it has still a lot of roots. I've actually I actually moved the rhododendron tree and planted it in a different spot in the garden, but nevertheless there's lots and lots of rock here. There's quite a lot of tree roots, and it was quite a challenge to dig. In addition, there's 2 small, like, thin metal pipes that run through here. They kind of come in through 2 of the blocks that are here already, so I was actually limited to how far I could dig down because the pipe ended up being in the way. So this block here, in fact, became the central block where all the other heights were then leveled off. So of course I couldn't dig down very far. This block actually sits up higher than most, but then I had to bring everything else up in line with that particular block. So here's an example of the kind of work that needed to happen. So firstly, these individual blocks have to be completely level by itself. So it means that this has got to be completely level, and so that the sand has to be measured in such a way that this is level. And then after that, that has to then be level with the adjacent block as well, which also has to be level by itself. So then multiply that by 12 times and you get an idea of I guess the challenge of being able to kind of make all this sit perfectly. Luckily that coarse sand is quite good, it's quite malleable, and you can actually move it around so that eventually it does take a little bit of work, but it does get there.